Have you ever gotten a nasty blister after a long hike, or maybe from wearing a new pair of shoes that just weren't broken in yet? I know I have. And what's the first, almost irresistible urge you feel when you see that little bubble of fluid on your skin? For most of us, it's to pop it, right? It seems so satisfying, like you're releasing the pressure and speeding up the healing process. But what if I told you that this common instinct is actually one of the worst things you can do for your skin? Today we're going to dive deep into the world of blisters, what they are, why they form, and most importantly, why you should absolutely resist the urge to squeeze them. Sticking around might just save you from a lot of pain and a potential infection. So what exactly is a blister? Think of it as your body's own natural, sterile bandage. It's a small pocket of fluid, usually clear serum, that forms in the upper layers of the skin. This bubble is created by your body as a protective measure. When your skin is damaged by friction, heat, or other irritants, the body rushes fluid to the area to cushion the underlying tissue and protect it from further harm. This fluid-filled sac acts as a barrier, keeping out bacteria and giving the delicate new skin growing underneath a safe, clean environment to heal. When you see a blister, you're looking at a brilliant piece of biological engineering. Your body is literally building a temporary, waterproof, and germ-proof shelter for the wound. It's pretty amazing when you think about it that way. Blisters can be caused by a variety of things. The most common cause is friction. This is the type you get from shoes rubbing against your heel or from using a tool like a shovel or a rake for an extended period without gloves. The repeated rubbing separates the top layer of skin, the epidermis, from the layers beneath, and the space fills with fluid. Whether it's from touching a hot stove, getting a severe sunburn, or spilling hot liquid, the heat damages the skin cells, causing them to release fluid and form a blister. This is a second-degree burn. You can also get blisters from chemical exposure, certain medical conditions like chickenpox or shingles, allergic reactions, and even from extreme cold, which can cause frostbite. Regardless of the cause, the blister's function remains the same: to protect the damaged area. While you might get a moment of relief from the pressure, popping that blister is like tearing the roof off a house during a storm. You are intentionally breaking the sterile barrier that your body works so hard to create. So what are the real risks of popping a blister? The number one risk is infection. Your skin is your body's first line of defense against the countless bacteria, viruses, and fungi in the environment. The skin on top of the blister, even though it's thin, is a complete, intact barrier. The moment you break it with your fingers, a pin, or anything else, you're creating an open door for all those germs to get inside. Once bacteria get into that raw, vulnerable tissue underneath, they can multiply rapidly. In some cases, the infection can spread, leading to a more serious condition called cellulitis, which affects the deeper layers of your skin and can even enter your bloodstream. This is especially dangerous for people with weakened immune systems or conditions like diabetes. Remember that fluid is there for a reason. It contains proteins and other healing factors. The blister roof protects the new skin growing underneath. When you remove that roof, you expose the sensitive new skin to the air and to friction. This can cause it to dry out, crack, and become more irritated. Instead of healing in a protected, moist environment, the wound now has to deal with constant external threats. This means it will take longer to heal properly, and you're much more likely to be left with a scar. A blister that's left alone might heal in a week with no trace, while a popped one could get infected, cause pain for weeks, and leave a permanent mark. The answer is simple: leave it alone as much as possible. The key is to protect it. If the blister is in a spot that isn't being rubbed or irritated, you can just leave it open to the air. Your body will gradually reabsorb the fluid, and the top layer of skin will dry out and fall off on its own, revealing the healed skin underneath. This is the ideal scenario. However, most blisters are in high-friction areas, like your feet or hands. In that case, you need to protect it with a bandage. But not just any bandage. The best option is to create a little donut around it. You can do this with moleskin or a few layers of adhesive bandage. Cut a hole in the center of the bandage that's slightly larger than the blister itself. Then place it so the blister sits inside the hole, untouched. This lifts the pressure off the blister so your sock, shoe, or hand doesn't rub against it directly. You can then cover the whole thing with a larger, flat bandage to keep it clean. Hydrocolloid bandages, often sold specifically as blister bandages, are also an excellent choice. These are gel-like dressings that cushion the blister, absorb any leakage if it does break, and create a moist, optimal healing environment. They can be left on for several days and will often fall off on their own once the skin has healed. What if the blister is really big, very painful, and in a location where you simply can't avoid putting pressure on it? In these rare cases, you might consider draining it, but you have to do it the right way to minimize the risk of infection. This should be a last resort. First, wash your hands and the blister thoroughly with soap and water. Sterilize a small, sharp needle with rubbing alcohol. Don't use a flame, as that can leave soot on the needle. Gently poke a tiny hole at the very edge of the blister. Don't go deep. You just want to pierce the very top layer of skin. Then, gently press on the blister to allow the fluid to drain out. Do not, under any circumstances, tear off the overlying skin. That skin is still your best protection. After draining, apply an antibiotic ointment and cover it securely with a sterile bandage. You'll need to watch it closely for signs of infection over the next few days. What if the blister breaks on its own? It happens. If it does, don't peel off the loose skin. Again, that flap of skin is a natural dressing. Gently wash the area with mild soap and water. Apply some antibiotic ointment to the exposed area to help prevent infection, and then cover it with a sterile bandage. Change the bandage daily or more often if it gets wet or dirty until the skin underneath is no longer raw. It's also important to know when to see a doctor. You should seek medical attention if you see any signs of infection. These include pus draining from the blister, increased redness or red streaks leading away from the area, swelling, and increased pain or heat. A fever is also a major red flag. You should also see a doctor if you have multiple blisters and you don't know why they appeared, or if they are in sensitive areas like your mouth, eyes, or genital area. People with diabetes or poor circulation should always consult their doctor for any blisters on their feet, as even a small sore can lead to serious complications. To wrap it all up, let's go back to our initial question. Why do we feel that overwhelming urge to pop a blister? It's probably a combination of things. It's a desire to be proactive, to do something to fix the problem. It's also a bit like scratching an itch at momentarily satisfying action, even if we know it's not good for us in the long run. But now you know the science behind it. That blister isn't the problem. It's the solution. It's your body's perfect custom-made bandage. By popping it, you're interfering with a natural and efficient healing process and opening yourself up to pain, infection, and scarring. So the next time you see that little bubble on your skin, take a deep breath and resist the temptation. Think of it as a tiny construction site with a "Do Not Disturb" sign on it. Protect it, cushion it, and let your body do its amazing work. Cover it with a donut bandage or a hydrocolloid patch, and then just be patient. Your skin will thank you for it, healing faster, cleaner, and with less pain. You'll be back on your feet and back to your activities much sooner than if you had given in to that momentary urge to squeeze. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this video helps you take better care of your skin the next time a blister appears. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more health and wellness tips. And let me know in the comments, are you a blister popper, or have you always been on team leave it alone? I'd love to hear your stories. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.